is a quiet poem. This is a quiet poem because she has finally gone to sleep. This is a quiet poem, Baghdad. Your old ghosts have come back to haunt you in American uniforms this time. Your old ghosts have come back to haunt you in American uniforms this time, and another white man comes to lay his burden at your feet. Another white man comes to lay his burden between your legs, confused at your rejection, Baghdad. A few of your men scramble to prostitute themselves for power, and the torture chambers are ripe with bad apples. As the screams hover over Dijla, the way Ghazali's voice used to, Baghdad, they rip you open for display in UN documents and lame constitutions to argue whether you are veiled or not. What identity does your colonizer want to give you as he rapes you with democracy? Baghdad, let Janine Sabra أنت اللي الزعتر hold you. Let Janine Sabra أنت اللي الزعتر hold you. Bandage your wounds just for one night. Let them hold you because only they understand. Only they understand. And I swear we'll light the streets on fire. I swear we'll light the streets on fire. We'll light every street on fire before we leave you alone, Baghdad. But we've left you alone. We've left you alone, Baghdad. Sorry, I'm just checking my time. I can't see.
You got close to stuff. Break it down, break it down.
Thank you. So this next poem is called Savage Terrorists because of being called a savage and a terrorist. So I decided to flip it around a little bit. And tonight, I make no apologies, I make no apologies. Tonight, I make no apologies. I am what I am, indigenous from Palestine. Tonight, I make no apologies. I am your savage, your terrorist. Demographic threat, born to a demographic threat, and we'll give you your next demographic threat. Rapper Nahattan and my baby girl Yafa. Tonight, I make no apologies. I am your savage, your terrorist. My mother rubbed olive oil in my hair and on my skin until the smell of Palestine seeped through to my veins. I have an immune system you can only dream of, built on anarwa, hummus, and food. I am your savage. It's so good to do this poem in a crowd of Palestinians because they know what that means. I am your savage, your terrorist. I have lived a refugee while you took my home. I have lived a refugee while you took my home, and they tell me you're Polish and some God promised you my land. Can I have a phone number, a fax, an email for your God? I'd like to have a chit-chat. Don't know when God became a real estate agent and started promising away other people's land. I am your savage, your terrorist, and can't you see? Every wave hitting the Haifa shore is waiting for me to return. And every rock in Jerusalem is waiting for me to return. And I will always be on your mind. I will always be on your mind in the stones of your homes, in the cactus plants. I will always be on your mind. Always there to haunt you. Always there to haunt you. Yours, your savage, your terrorist. I'm trying to do up and down so I don't depress everyone, but I'd like to do the poem about the little girl Hadil, who I'm sure everyone has seen this, who died, whose entire family died on the beach in Gaza. And there were lots of pictures of her in the media as it happened, and I wrote this poem for her, and I'll just do this one and one more, and that'll be my set. One more. Okay.
You're gonna do Shades of Anger.
Yes!
Yeah.
So I'll just do Shades of Anger. Happy. Maha will kill me. Maha's done a great job. I'm not gonna. Don't worry, Maha. I promise. This is all good. So I did this. I wrote this poem when we were doing a direct university, and there were Palestinian citizens and Israeli soldiers, and I'm very petty about these things, so I said I will only be a Palestinian. I refuse to be a settler or a soldier. So I was lying on the ground, and this guy came and kicked me in the guts and said, "You deserve to be raped before you have your terrorist children." At the time I said nothing, but then I wrote this poem for this young gentleman. اسمحوا لي أن أتكلم بلساني العربي قبل أن يحتلوا لغتي أيضا. Allow me to speak my Arab tongue before they occupy my language as well. Allow me to speak my mother tongue before they colonize her memory as well. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. Grandfather ever wanted to do was wake up at dawn and watch my grandmother kneel and pray in a village hidden between Yafa and Haifa. My mother was born under an olive tree on a soil they say is no longer mine, but I will cross their barriers, their checkpoints, their damn apartheid walls, and return to my homeland. An Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. And did you hear my sister screaming yesterday as she gave birth at a checkpoint with Israeli soldiers looking between her legs for their next demographic threat? Called her baby girl Janine. And did you hear Muna screaming behind their prison bars as they tear-gassed her cell? We are returning to Palestine. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. But you tell me this woman side of me will only bring you your next terrorist. Beard-wearing, gun-waving, towel-head, sand nigger. You tell me I send my children out to die, but those are your copters, your F-16s in our skies. And let's talk about this terrorism business for a second. Wasn't it the CIA that killed Allende and Lumumba? And who trained Osama in the first place? My grandparents didn't run around like clowns with white capes and white hoods on their heads lynching black people. Shades of anger. So who's that brown woman screaming in a demonstration? Sorry, should I not scream? I forgot to be your every Orientalist dream. Genie in a bottle, belly dancer, harem girl, soft-spoken Arab woman. Yes, master. No, master. Thank you for the peanut butter sandwiches raining down on us from your F-16s, master. Yes, my liberators are here to kill my children and call them collateral damage. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. So let me just tell you, this woman side of me will only bring you your next rebel. She'll have a rock in one hand and a Palestinian flag in the other,